let's get right to the big breaking news. I know that's what everybody wants to hear about and everybody wants to see. Everybody wants to talk about. We're going to be working on interviews in the future. But the driver of this Peak Chevrolet Camaro for the final 8 races of the 2024 Mission Foods Series will be this guy, Fast Jack Beckman. Jack has been out of the seat for 4 years, but Jack Beckman will be the driver of the Peak Chevrolet Camaro. They will be making their return at the Night Under Fire at Norwalk, and a release went out just moments ago from John Force Racing. You can also read the story on NHRA.com, but let's go right to the release. Reading verbatim from the release put out. Not everybody gets these, and hopefully you are up. There's been some social media. Fast Jack's website has already been updated, and everybody talking about it. But the quotes to me are what are the most significant. Headline: Fast Jack to drive Peak Chevy in relief of force. Former champ will pursue NHRA championship on behalf of Hall of Famer. If you have been watching WFO Radio on a regular basis, you know that a substitute or fill-in driver can only earn points for 8 races. And so they had to make a decision, and they're going to run the final 8. Very smart decision. The U.S. Nationals, of course, the countdown, and Brainerd, Minnesota's Lucas Oil Nationals, all coming up. Brownsburg, Indiana, July 30th, with an NHRA championship still very much in play. John Force Racing President Robert Hite announced Tuesday that 2012 Funny Car World Champion Jack Beckman will drive Force's Peak Antifreeze and Coolant Chevrolet Camaro SS for the remainder of the 2024 season in what the team is calling Joint Task Force Mission Championship. I love that they're going to sell a lot of t-shirts. I might be in line to buy one myself, given the historic nature of this championship run. My goodness. While Force continues to recover from a TBI, traumatic brain injury, suffered in the June 23rd crash in Richmond, Virginia, Fast Jack will slide into the seat occupied by the 157-time tour winner during the season's final 9 races. Beckman will make his debut in the Peak Camaro in this weekend's non-championship event, the 47th annual Cornwell Tools Night Under Fire at Summit Motorsports Park, where he and John Force Racing teammate Brittany Force in the Cornwell Tools dragster will both compete. When Force was injured, he was second in the point standings behind John Force Racing teammate Austin Prock, and by NHRA rules, when a driver is unable to compete, the race team may employ a substitute driver who can earn points for the original driver in a maximum of 8 tour events, discussed weeks ago here on WFO. This means when Beckman rolls to the starting line for qualifying at the 42nd Lucas Oil Nationals at Brainerd, Minnesota on August 16th, he'll be pursuing a 17th championship title for Force. He currently sixth in the driver standings with 2 races remaining before the points reset for the countdown. Here's a quote from Robert Hite. When you think about someone who can handle the driving, can deal with the media, can take care of the sponsors, and take care of the fans, there was only one obvious choice, and that was Jack Beckman, Hite said. Plus, he has history with Chris Cunningham, who was the co-crew chief on the Peak Chevrolet, with Danny Hood and Tim Fabrizi, and also, in my opinion, most importantly, the respect of John's family. A 33-time event winner in Funny Car, Beckman last raced competitively in 2020 when he returned to being a full-time elevator technician, a career that he left 22 years earlier to follow his drag racing dream. The 58-year-old Californian is keenly aware of this unique situation. It's been nearly 4 years since I stood on the throttle, and I thought that feeling was something that I'd never experience again, says Jack Beckman. And amazing to think about this opportunity for Fast Jack. Though the circumstances that brought me back are regrettable, the opportunity presented to me is beyond my ability to find words. I'm not replacing John. Nobody could ever do that. John is one of a kind. His impact on this sport and on my life cannot be overemphasized. I know how fortunate I am to have been picked to fill in for John, and I should be easy to spot in the pits. I'm the guy who can't stop smiling, says Fast Jack Beckman. Brian Bolander, the director of marketing for Old World Industries, added, "We're happy to have the Peak team back on track, and Jack is the right person for this job until John can return. It's great for the fans and our customers, as Jack is an automotive enthusiast and DIYers who was the right fit in our program on and off the track." Although he won the Funny Car Championship in 2012, Beckman's Best season was 2015 when he advanced to 9 final rounds and won 7 races, coming up just 56 points shy of being a 2-time funny car champion. That was in 2015. A cancer survivor and a U.S. Air Force veteran, Beckman has taught more than 7,000 students the basics of drag racing at Frank Hawley's drag racing school. Among them were Force's daughters. And I think that this is as important as any of the facts. He trained up Ashley and Brittany and Courtney. His wife, Lori, also earned her Super Comp license under Beckman's tutelage. That relationship can't be overstated in this situation. Again, that is my opinion. Before distinguishing himself in the funny car division, Beckman won the 2003 NHRA Super Comp World Championship. He is licensed in 12 different NHRA competition categories, including Top Fuel, the class in which he made his professional racing debut in 2005. The following year, he made his funny car debut late in the season, and just his 4th race in the category, he won the NHRA Nevada Nationals at the Strip at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. 2 weeks later, in the season-ending World Finals, he qualified first and set national records for time and speed, and finished runner-up to, guess who? John Force. Eventually, Beckman would become one of only a few drivers in the sport to enjoy a winning record against the Hall of Fame driver and car owner John Force, who won the most recent of his 16 championships in 2013 after starting the countdown position of 4th. Beckman won his funny car championship from the number 3 starting position. Team president Robert Height made history in 2009 for himself and JFR when he won his first championship from the number 10 starting position. And that is the release, the hard news. John Force Racing and Peak select Fast Jack Beckman to be their driver